Welcome back to the Kieran Khan Football Channel. It is the day. It is the moment where everyone finds out if a football kit, a home kit for the 23-24 Premier League season is good or a shita. Because until I say it, is it true? I don't think it is. We are edging ever so close to hitting 20,000 supporters before the season starts. Don't forget to hit subscribe and become a CCFC supporter, biatch. Arsenal Football Club. Now, we've had a while, okay, to look at this kit. It's been released for a while, and I don't know. I don't know. I think I've warmed to it a little bit, but I'm gonna give it a rating of. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. You can't be having gold trim when you haven't won a single thing. Especially when you bottled the thing. Is this made out... This shirt better be made out of 100% recycled bottles, because they finished second. Could have been better, but the sentiment is still there. You shit bastards. It's an alright kit. I just feel like they've had better ones recently, and I think the zigzag electrical pattern, lightning pattern, has been done better in recent years by Adidas. And someone pointed out today that I feel like no one noticed. They changed Fly Emirates to Emirates Fly Better. I don't like that. I think Fly Emirates is a nicer way round. 7.5. Aston Villa. Now, I've already dealt with this issue, okay? And it stinks, my friend. It is positively absolute whiffy. Absolute whiffy. Disgusting. The orange / yellowy burnt, not even burnt orange, just the walls orange in the 8 of the BK8 sponsor. Disgusting. The new Aston Villa badge, great. Castore, now they've been having a little bit of remontada. They're starting to make some good kits, but I don't know what they were doing when they were making this Aston Villa. They've left the guy on work experience to design this one. This graphic designer from the depths of Mordor. Shite. Really, really bad. Just piss off, man. That's actually annoyed me. Villa, they annoy me, okay, much like loads of other teams, but I don't think they deserve this. They're not Wolves. I'll give this this is like a 1.4. Really, really, and that's just the badge, really, to be honest. Bournemouth Football Club, Daffabet sponsor, dog shit. The width of the stripes, the stripage, man, the stripage. Bournemouth aren't a black kit with red stripes. What are you doing, mate? It's too thin, and I don't like the extra added little pinstripe thin line. I don't know about this one. This feels like it almost feels like a third kit, a useless third kit. It's a shame. I'm going to give it a 2.5. Well, it's clean, though. It is clean. I'll give them that. I'll give it a 4.8. Brentford. Wow. This is crap. You've got a gradient, the clean gradient. You've got a bit of like, I don't know, almost like dot pattern in it. Hollywood Bets is just the star in their logo. It's just abysmal. The top half from here up, I think that's all right. I think that's okay. Not a massive fan of the collar, but from the nipples down, oh my god, stink job, mate. Really does stink. It's pogging in here today, and that's not related to the massive poo I've just done. Brighton and Hove Albion up next. The Seagulls. I have to do that every time legally now. I'm legally obliged. Now, this has got some good bits and it's got some bad bits. I don't think it's a classic, but I think it's a pretty decent effort. It's not disgusting. So they solved the issue with the stripes and the American Express sponsor by just putting a full white band around the middle of the kit. I think that's an interesting change, okay? It does look like they've got like prison bars on the front of their kit, but you know what? They're trapped in a prison guarded by seagulls. The collar is a bit odd because the white looks like it goes higher up than the blue because the blue just merges into the same color as the shoulders and sleeves. So that feels like it's a little bit off, but I can look past that. Don't mind the stripage width. That'll do. I actually quite like that the American Express sponsor is in like a slightly different blue, which sort of works because there's no other colours in it. It's white and various shades of blue. Colour scheme on point. The more I talk about it, the more I like it. I'm going to give this an 8. Good kit, Brighton. Burnley Football Club up next. And once again, this has been addressed in my Aston Villa, Burnley and West Ham video. But on its own, for a kit that you've got to take into consideration that Burnley and Umbra haven't come and consulted me before they've made this. So they've already started from like a -10 position, obviously. The sponsor is just not good. But I think the t-shirt itself will be a classic for the Burnley fans. And there is a subtle pattern to the midriff, to the torso bit, to be fair. I think if you're a Burnley fan, I think you probably love it or find it a little bit boring. I'm going to give it 9. I think for a Burnley fan, I think you are buzzing with this. It's a bit sort of old school, nice and clean, but every so often, that's exactly what you want. They've gone from a crazy kit to this kit, and whilst I would disagree, I would rather another crazy kit for this meantime, for this new Vincent Kompany era. I think if you are a Burnley fan, you are happy right now. You've got a 9 from me. Chelsea Football Club. Now, this is the one that was leaked ages ago. They've got no sponsor currently, which actually goes against it. I think you should have a sponsor. I don't like kits without a sponsor. It looks like you've had an issue and the sponsor company has been liquidated or something. So I am in the minority with that, but it doesn't mean I'm wrong. I'm sure they will get a sponsor soon. It's got some nice sort of classic elements. I got a picture of it on a Chelsea player because I think it looks much better on. Most kits look much better on, but this one especially. It's got a little sort of like 90s, naughty sort of vibe to it. A bit 90s feeling with like the sleeves and then the white sort of side paneling diagonal. I think it works. I do think it works, and I think this one will age quite well. I'm going to give it a... I don't know what I gave it in the leaked one, but I'm now going to give it, because time heals. I'm feeling good. I'm giving it a 9.5. I don't think there's too much I would change about this kit. I think just put a sponsor on there and maybe get rid of the iridescent shine on the badge and the thing. Maybe just make it white, but it's not the end of the world. It still looks cool. 9.5. Fair play. Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace. That would be a great name for a series of prostitutes. I wouldn't know. I honestly, why would you pay for that? That is crazy, bro. Just get that Riz. Get that Riz up, brother. To each their own. Just, not for me. My money is reserved for football kits, not women of the night. Crystal Palace. Cinch, don't like it. The big, massive picture of a Crystal Palace, not a fan. It feels too on the nose. I've so many times I don't like that. If it's a stadium or a big sort of just random, just not for me. Go for pattern, not imagery. But apart from that, I quite like that they've gone half and half. It feels like something new, just maybe not the perfect execution on the pitch. I think it actually looks okay. So I'm going to give this a 7.5. I think it is important to see what it looks like in full entire kit. Ultimately, it's okay. 7.5. I think Crystal Palace deserve someone else other than Macron, though. I think they deserve respectable kits. I think they're a fun, interesting, good club. Everton Football Club. It's a good day for the Evertonians. Not because they've signed some random bloke from Sporting. He's going to get 2 goals, maybe. It's because they're going to be starting the season where they finally get relegated in their best kit in years. Perfect, this. Perfect. They've got a little bit of interest, a little bit of detail taping, referring to the stadium, but not the exact stadium, because it's like, oh, that looks like a cool design, when in reality, it refers to the stadium. And then the rest of it, just clean and tidy. Because of the chevron patterns on the sleeves and the patterns on the trim, you don't want a pattern in the middle too much. So just pure blue shirt. Apart from the stake sponsor, it's perfect. However, the stake sponsor at least is completely white. It's not a BK8 with a yellow. It fits into it. 2 colours they've gone for, with the detailing providing the exciting parts. Good collar, strong collar combined with the sleeves. I'm going for a 9.9. I think it's fantastic. I really do. And the 0.1's just because of the sponsor. I think really have a different sponsor and it's perfect. But for like, imagine a Chang on this. Oh, a Chang beer sponsor on this. Oh my God. Oh my absolute God. With Maro and Fellaini in it. Just elbowing people left and right. Tim Cahill heading in another goal. Probably against us because it was always against us. Bastard. Icon, but bastard. 9.9. I got out the right side of the bed, which is any side apart from downwards. Fulham Football Club. This is their home kit. They've got the Leeds sponsor, which is a bit weird. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but Leeds are gone now, so who cares? They've opted for to do a quarter scenario. Red on one side, white on the other, black and white the rest of the shirt. It's different, it's simple, but I quite like it. I think this will divide opinion, age quite well, and people will be like, oh, remember that kit they had which was half and half? That was pretty cool. I'm going to give this an 8. I feel there's probably more that can be done. It's still very templatey, but I like it. It feels new. Liverpool Football Club, another simple one which I actually designed myself before, Nike got their hands on it. So I know you're watching Nike, right? Just send me like, just about 20%, 30% of the profits of every sale of the Liverpool kit, and I'll keep my mouth shut. I think that's fair. It's a simple kit, but it's good. It's good. There's 2 sort of types of Nike template. And they've either got the full sort of panel over the top, or they've got the weird sort of scuba panel in the front bit. I prefer the one without the weird little scuba panel, which Chelsea have and which Tottenham had last year. I much prefer this one. And it's pretty simple, but 2 colours. Yeah, I like it. I think this will sell like hot cakes. I'm going to give it... It's high. It's a 9.5. I think there's some fantastic kits this season. Not many people are being mugged off. Now, this rating for this one is going to be a wee bit odd. I'm not going to lie, because I am in a good mood, which I should not have filmed this in a good mood. I want to be mean. I don't want to be nice. I don't want to understand people's and kit manufacturers' issues and wants. Solidarity with my fellow people who like colours and shapes. Boring. I like this because I think the orange is a good orange. This is the orange I want once again. There's a sort of old, sort of almost 90s subtle pattern. I think it's the same pattern as the one on the Burnley kit. Now, the striped line is not great. Okay, there's a little gradient that fades into it. I like the burnt orange and the slight navy trim on the thin line, on the collar, on the umbro, on the sleeves. It's very Sunday League. It's very Championship League 1, especially with the utility sponsor. Awful. But it makes it endearing because it feels so Sunday League. Because who has an orange kit like this unless you're a Sunday League team? So I'm going to give this a 7. Is that okay? I wouldn't usually ask you. I'd usually be like, well, I'm right. But I'm just like quite fond of the Sunday League orange. It's just nice. It's just like, it's quite calming. Manchester City. Now, people seem to like this kit, but I think it's hard. It's like when Guardiola leaves. It's like when Arsene Wenger left. It's like when Fergie left. The next person in was always going to struggle because they'll be compared to the previous one. And our previous kit was the best Manchester City kit there has ever been. It was the most Manchester City kit there has ever been. Now, with our full kit, with the players playing it, I enjoy this kit. I like it. I'm not the biggest fan of the pattern in the middle. The reference to the spirals going up outside the Etihad Stadium to get to your seats. Now, they're fun to walk up, but don't walk too quick because you will get a little dizzy. But I don't know. I don't like the spacing of them. They're not equally spaced, so it's not like a stripy shirt. They go too close in the middle. I don't know. I'm not a biggest fan of the pattern. Right. It is what it is. I miss the maroon. I understand that you wouldn't do the maroon again straight away. Maybe bring the maroon back next year so it feels new again. But it's good. I'll give it an 8. I like the sort of other shades of blue they've used in the shorts and socks. I think that's cool. I think it ties it all in together. But I'll give it's a solid 8. Manchester United. Now, I'm going to take a swig here just to wash down the bad thoughts of having to say that this is actually all right. It's all right. It feels very Manchester United. This is a good season for kits, to be fair. I don't think there's too many hooners. It feels very Manchester United. You've got the free colours everywhere else. You've got all the sponsors in white on the sleeve, in the middle, the Adidas. So your focus is immediately to the rest of the kit, which is straight focus to the United badge. Then you look around the kit. So you want the identity of the club and then see what else is nice that follows it. And sadly, I think it's pretty decent kit. I'm going to give this, so I try and base it on not only just me, but also if you were a United fan, what would you think of this? And now, if I was a United fan, I would be, I'd be sinking at the bottom of the Thames right now. Okay, if I woke up and that happened, there would not be another video. But thankfully, I was not born blighted by having to associate with this terrible club. But if you were hypothetically a United fan, I think it's an 8.8. I think you'd be really happy with that, and I think you'd be buying it early on in the season and not waiting till it's 30 quid at the end. Newcastle United, another good kit. Mate, you're spitting at your lunch from astonishment that I'm being so bloody nice. I just think it's a Castore kit as well, but it turns out Castore, apart from Aston Villa for some strange reason, well, there seems to be a remontada here. There seems to be a remontada. Stripe width. Perfect. Really, really good stripe width. Then you've got the same trim on the collar and the sleeves. Always good. Not always necessary. Sometimes the collar can do something different. But when it is complete like that, just like our kit last season, fantastic. It works. Now, a new controversial sponsor. Some random Saudi Arabian company. But the game's the game. If the Premier League say it's okay, then I will also pretend that it is okay. It's good. It's fantastic. I think if you're a Newcastle fan, you absolutely love this kit. I'm going to have to give it I don't want to say it, man. It's Castore. But it is also... It's a 10. It's a bloody 10. It's the first kit we've seen today where I'm like, you know what? There's not a single thing I would change here. I think it's fantastic. I really do. And it's easily a 10. It's a tough day for people who pride themselves on being a little bit miserable about everything and pointing out flaws. Really tough. Nottingham Forest. Now, once again, they don't have a sponsor. I don't think they have at the time of recording still. But this feels very Nottingham Forest to me. Now, I'm not going to say it's a 10. I think they should have a sponsor. Pretty cool if it's the UN refugee sponsor again. That'd be very nice. That would up the rating, actually. Big fan of that. But ultimately, to me, this is who Nottingham Forest are. The Adidas stripes. When I think of Nottingham Forest, I think Championship, Adidas stripes, plain red kit. Sort of Adidas template. And that's exactly what they got. I'm going to give it a 7. It's clean. It's not exciting. It feels very Nottingham Forest. But you feel like there could be more to be done for it to be a Nottingham Forest kit. But 7. Good. Just solid. Sheffield United up next. And it's Ollie McBurney. An era kit. I'm gonna believe it's called. I'm gonna say era. I don't know. I'm gonna pick one every time and just commit to it. It is an era kit. Now, Araya. God, shut up, Kieran. Once again, you've got the sleeve trim and the neckline. They're matching up. Strong stripage. The badge fitting in the stripage. The era badge, all in black, which matches the other tertiary colour of the whole kit. Now, am I the biggest fan of having stripes outlined with a little stripe? No. Okay, I prefer 2 raw dog stripes next to each other. However, I think by not having the stripes on the sleeves, I think it mitigates the amount of stripage on the middle of the kit, which is good because with the thin stripes, a little bit too much stripes going on if it was on the sleeves. Oh, it's good, man. Have we got any stinkers in here? I can have a go out. It's good. I'm giving it a bloody 9. I think if you're a Sheffield United fan, I think you're gonna really enjoy this. I think it's nice and clean. It helps that there is no sponsor on this because that actually might be too much in this instance. I just think, once again, having an outline on the stripes is quite a lot visually already. So I think this is a perfectly weighted kit right now. This actually shouldn't have a sponsor, in my opinion. So yeah, for now, I'll give it a 9. Fair play. Tottenham Hotspur. We can always count on these bastards to bring the disappointment. The AIA it has to be in red, does it? No, it doesn't. It's not on any of their other kits, but they insist on this one. The AIA should be in navy. Already then, much better kit. Apart from that, what is it? They just crammed just random patterns on it. It's just like the most generic, like, typed in, digital pattern Google images. That's all they've done here. Really rubbish. Cinch in a purple on the sleeve. Don't like that, mate. Awful. This one, sadly, is uninspiring. Not going to win anything. And just try to make interesting for interesting's sake without any core idea or reference or meaning. It doesn't have to have a meaning, but it has to have some sort of direction and drive for it. And it is not that. They had a white t-shirt and thought, how do we make this not just be a white t-shirt? And they ended up making a white t-shirt. It's a 5. Design wise, it's not painful, it's just boring. West Ham United, these are the bad kits, and we know who's next. The bubbles are just so childish. They're so childish. It really is bad. It's like if we had a massive ship on our top. No. Right, we got a ship in the badge, but yeah, that's where it extends to. Don't put it in the kit, and we don't do that because it's childish. This will sell well with children and people who live in the ocean. This might be big in the mermaid community, but for us humanoids, stinker, mate. Absolute stinker. It's so close to being alright. Get rid of the bubbles and you're good. It'll be a bit boring, but you're good. But this one, I would not be caught dead. I just spat out my mouth then because I'm absolutely frothing at the bit. Are you ready for this? And it's not hyperbole. I'm just going to drink some, there's no bubbles in it, some normal water. This West Ham kit. 0. It is a dead last 0. You cannot have you cannot be over the age of, this isn't cool if you're 13 at school. This is awful. You will get bullied for this, and I'm sorry to say, rightfully so. I would bully, if I saw a 15-year-old wearing this, I'd be like, mate, give me all your lunch money, you embarrassing, cringy little prick. Awful. Absolutely awful. And we come down to our final vile. I've had my clear oppositions to Wolverhampton Wanderers, but I am a man of truth. I am a man of justice. I am a man who must apologise to Castor, apart from for the Aston Villa kit. This is good. Now, the orange is still a bad orange. I still hate the orange. So we're limited at that one. But it's clean. It's simple. The air holes down the side, okay, it's fine. I don't feel like they're necessary, but I can sort of look past them. I guess it adds a little bit. Astropay, all in black. They're not putting in some random horrible colour. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing that. The trim on the collar, the trim on the sleeves, They've committed to one colour in the badge, in the torso, one tertiary colour for the sponsor, the Castor. No random black lines trying to go anywhere, no random sort of patterns. There's a slight pinstripe element to it, but that's sort of okay. I'm sort of working with that. I'm going to give a Castor Wolves kit an 8.7. Oh my god, I feel sick. I beg your boy, Kieran. Don't forget to subscribe.